All right. Let's delve right in. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking about Air Raiders. The power is in the air. This was one of my favorite toy lines other than G.I. Joe, Robotech back in the day. I think because of the whole space exploration and you had guys in space suits and things of that nature. The storyline itself was kind of odd. Hasbro went big on this. They got Marvel involved in the comic books side of things. There was a 5-piece comic book series that came out. It didn't go any further than that. It was released in about 1987. The premise is basically that air is not readily available and that there's a battle for air. And the whole thing kind of goes along with the whole, U.S. taxation without representation. And you have in this book similar verbiage, and you have a princess and another princess. I remember it was a really bad storyline. I'm not gonna lie, but that didn't matter to me because I was more interested in the actual space element. I mean, I never understood how they could fly around their ships. I mean, obviously there's air for them to shoot their missiles if you had the toy, and fly around and have fire and things like that, but for whatever reason, I guess they couldn't breathe the air and they would fight over it. But the reason that I really like this series in particular was because you could army build when you were young. And let's face it, our parents weren't going to go out and get us 5 blue shirts for a Cobra army. But what they could do is they can get you a battle squad or the enforcers for the Air Raiders. The Air Raiders over here, again, I'm colorblind, so I think it's orange. I don't really know. In any event, these are the good guys, and you would get a pack of 5 of them. You add 4 of the soldiers and then 1 low-ranking officer. This was called the Battle Squad. This was released in 1987 by Hasbro, encased by AFA. And the back, you had this picturesque scene of this huge thing called a man of war. They actually put this out, which we'll get to in another video. Had a ball that floated up in the air, but the artwork on this was truly amazing. I have some of the sample pieces that never came out for the production. This is your Tyrants of Wind. This has the enforcers. And it, again, has 4 soldiers, and it also has an officer, which is really cool. Because, like, what's a battle if you're playing with toys if you didn't have, like, trooper figures that you can battle alongside each other? That was obviously the drawback of buying G.I. Joe or Star Wars. And the cool thing was, too, when you got a vehicle, this is actually a small vehicle, and you would get at least a couple figures with each one. This one has 2 more of the trooper figures, so if you got your battle pack, wrong team, but I'll show you again. If you got your battle pack, you would increase your army quite a bit. And some of the mid-size vehicles, which I'll show you at one point, they come with an officer all the way up to a commander in some of the larger items. You had the command outpost, you would have man of war, which you'd have a lot of figures come with, which is very nice when you want to play and have a battle. So interesting news is that your boy Chris Cardillo was able to pick up the Air Raiders mark, and we will be working on getting you some new comic books at one point, and I can assure you that the premise of the storyline itself will change, which I think you will all find exciting. So thank you for listening. Oh, and also, as everybody always says, like and follow, and the reason they do that is because they want to get 1,000 subscribers. Hopefully I'm well over that point at one day and you're watching this video, but nonetheless, if you can give me a subscribe, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.